Kobe Bryant, arguably the greatest Laker legend in franchise history. Karl Malone, also an all-time great, but his time with the Lakers would be very brief. And before Malone would depart from LA into retirement, he got involved with some Hollywood drama himself. The year was 2004, a full year after the Lakers formed what was thought to be a super team. Malone and Peyton were looking to finally get a ring, and even though Shaq and Kobe were not too fond of each other, they at least wanted to win one more championship. But unfortunately for them, they ran into a very determined Pistons team and surprisingly lost in 5 games. And shortly after, Shaq and Kobe's relationship was just too toxic, and Shaq went off to Miami. Heading into the 04-05 season, Kobe was looking forward to the challenge to see if he can lead the team by himself. Gary Payton got the heck out of there, and Karl Malone was considering retirement because he was still recovering from knee surgery, but wasn't quite sure yet. So he would sit out in the beginning of the season, and let's just say he had a little too much time on his hands. It was November 23rd, 2004. The Lakers were playing at home against the Milwaukee Bucks. Karl Malone and his son were sitting in the front row, and Kobe's wife Vanessa was on the phone with Karl's wife because the two were really great friends at the time. Vanessa noticed that Malone's son looked very bored during the game and mentioned it to Malone's wife on the phone. So Malone's wife had a great idea. She suggested that Vanessa should give Malone a call and have him send their son to her section so he can sit with her. So Karl's wife gave Vanessa his phone number and shortly after called Malone on his cell phone to offer his son to come sit with her. And this is where things began to turn very weird. Vanessa said that Malone responded by saying, "Why don't you come over here and sit next to me and give me a hug?" Vanessa didn't really know what to say because she said that was the first time talking to Malone without Kobe next to her. Karl kept pushing the boundaries by saying, "Do you like me?" And Vanessa said, "Yeah, as a friend." Then Karl said, "Can you keep a secret?" At this point, Vanessa kinda knew where things were going and said, "I'm a married woman and you're old enough to be my dad." And with Malone not willing to take a hint, said, "Oh, like your daddy?" And without hesitation, Vanessa hung up the phone. In the second half of the game, Malone finally sent his son to go sit with Vanessa, while he sat by himself for the remainder of the game. Soon after the game ended, Vanessa had the responsibility of walking his son back to where Karl was sitting, and when she got there, she couldn't help but notice that Malone was wearing a cowboy hat and a pair of cowboy boots. So just out of curiosity, she asked him why he was wearing that, and Karl certainly had no problem answering her question. "I'm hunting for young Mexican girls." That comment made her feel extremely uncomfortable and immediately walked away. During the car ride home, Vanessa knew that she had to let Kobe know what happened between her and Karl at the game. She told Bryant everything that was said, and of course, Kobe was furious and immediately called Malone and basically demanded for him to stay away from his wife. Eventually, the whole world would find out about this story. And some were very surprised because it was well known that Kobe and Malone were actually best friends. And Kobe obviously felt extremely hurt and betrayed by the whole situation. Quote, "He was like a mentor, like a brother to me. So when something like this happens, you're upset, you're hurt." And to no surprise, Karl Malone continuously denied the accusations and swore that everything was blown out of proportion. But the drama would become too overwhelming for Malone, and officially retired from the league.
Kobe, in your mind, as you see things, did Karl Malone make a pass at your wife?
You know what? I know what took place. I know what I feel like took place. You know, those surrounding the situation knows. You know, we all know what happened in the situation, and you know. But other than that, it's just water under the bridge. I mean, I'm just trying to move on with it. My family and I, we're just trying to move on from it. And whatever he decides to do is what he decides to do.
If Kobe don't like me today, that's Kobe Bryant's fault. It ain't mine or his problem. Yeah. I don't have a beef with nobody because I come in peace, but I do prepare for war if I have to. Back in the day when you had a beef, you didn't go get guns or knives. You just, "Hey, Mark, I got a problem." We just go in the back with no cameras, no nothing, and let's just knuckle up and get it over with.
Did you ever make that offer to Kobe?
No, but it's standing.
Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think of the mailman's delivery. Make sure to comment down below and don't forget to like and subscribe.